both of these are going to break their legs.
We're going to die. Man, that was scary as hell.
Shout out to the SmackDown tag division because it's on fire.
They still need to have at least 6 solid teams on Raw and 6 solid on SmackDown. I think it's unnecessary for them to have 2 pairs of tag titles. The women don't need it. I don't think the men need it either. Hip-hop and wrestling. All right, let's go to the TLC match. This match was ridiculously off the charts, crazy. Everything I expected, everything I wanted, even a table bump with Candice LeRae. I'm completely satisfied with it. I was hoping that Street Profits would have came out on top, and unfortunately they did. And I guess they see something in pushing the Wyatt 6 still, so ultimately with whoever would have won, there was no loser. Ultimately, everybody won who was in the arena and watching at home, or in the stadium and watching at home. It was a great match. I'm giving this bad boy an A+. Really good match. Axiom, he did that Spanish fly on Angelo Dawkins. I was so worried that both of these are going to break their legs.
We're going to die.
They had the 4 corners or whatever with the tables. That spot was dope. But they should have put that table in the ramp so these guys could have landed better, because had Axiom or Angelo Dawkins hit their legs on that damn barricade, them could have got snapped back really something awful.
Absolutely.
The spot was dope, but I was just looking at their legs like, you're going to break your legs doing this shit.
Legs.
I legit said, oh my God, when they did that, bro. I said, oh my God, stood up. It was just too close.
Yeah.
It was too close.
Gold, what did you think about the match? We talked about the spot, but the match itself.
A+. A+. That Spanish fly, breathtaking. I was scared like I was doing this. It was just so close. Like if that would have been an inch or 2 one way, like you said, they would have broke their legs. So shout out to them for being courageous and putting on, man. They're trying to make sure, people are entertained.
Got an A+ from Gold. Mr. Madison J., what was your thoughts on the SummerSlam TLC match?
I thought it was a breathtaking matchup. You had a lot of exciting players. Rey Fénix, even though I don't think it was a breakout, it was just in terms of something that he can excel in and really show his ass. This combination with him and Andrade, even though I had to hit the Tony Ayo meme, like, come on, man, what are we doing? Why are you just throwing these together? Even going back to what we were talking about, Cross and Aleister Black and a potential tag team. Sometimes that tag team, out of unexpectancy, shout out Alexa and Charlotte. That combination, that mixture can bring out something in you, and that helps you out on whatever your next journey is. Brian Pillman and Stunning Steve creating the Hollywood Blondes, giving them a whole shock, a new boost in their careers. Something like that. It's done wonders, I think, for Andrade and Rey Fénix. You got DIY, Profits, Wyatt. You had some crazy talent in this matchup, and obviously having a match like that was going to be something to showcase a lot of their talents. I was surprised by the Wyatts coming out. Not mad, not shocked. I think that's just very dope. Keep their thing going. I will say this, though. I thought it was overkill to have a TLC match post SmackDown of WrestleMania and then to have one here. Didn't breathe. I'm not knocking the talent. They exceeded expectations. Maybe if it was like a scramble, taking it back to the scramble days, just something outside of TLC. But I get it. Being able to have all these teams and players showcase was dope within itself. My grading for the match is affected because, like I said, the match didn't hit as hard to me because we just saw one a few months ago. I will give the match, I'm gonna have to give it a B.
All right. I love TLC matches, and that's a great point. Having 2 within a 6-month span for a match that this special, this exclusive, you can't spam TLC matches. However, I think Nick Aldis not being able to control his tag division, saying this is the only way that we can get this done, made sense to me. Just something to get hyped for this particular part. They delivered. Candice LeRae went through the tables. So many crazy spots.
Looks dangerous.
Just look crazy.
Look hurt. Taking that spot.
Gargano giving her the thumbs up. So yeah, I'm gonna give it an A+ because I just thought the match was dope. But I'm with you. No more TLCs for the rest of the calendar year. Save the next one for maybe next year's SummerSlam if you want to make it an annual SummerSlam tradition.
Also, shout out to the SmackDown tag division because it's on fire. Definitely doing special things. It's a lot going on over there. I hope the division keeps rising.
Why do y'all think the SmackDown tag team division is popping more than Raw?
That's a good
Very strange
question, because all the episodes we've done where we completely shat all over the tag division, I think we were talking about Raw way more than we were talking about SmackDown.
Yeah.
I would like to answer that. Going back to SmackDown and Raw. Raw is the flagship. SmackDown has always carried itself as kind of like we're premier, but their writing staff at SmackDown has always, to me, been different with less restrictions. Like I said, Raw is the flagship, so they have a little bit more that they're trying to plug in and stuff like that. Cool. But then SmackDown has always been more lax, even going back to the initial draft and brand split. SmackDown during the pandemic with Roman, with the work he was doing. And then also little pockets of where SmackDown carried the company a little bit. And I think SmackDown has a bit more room to play with in terms of being able to explore and with the tag team division. They've got that space. They've got people over there who are obviously like, nah, let's get the teams over here and let's get some things going for them. Is it the best of things? Not always, but I mean, at least like when people obviously were talking about tag teams missing out on WrestleMania this year, and then just WWE overall not putting an emphasis on tag team wrestling, but it's like, all right, bet. I guess we hear you, you know what I mean? And this felt like here you go. We know you guys love the fast-paced action with TLC, tag teams involved. I think everybody was able to showcase themselves and put you on about the teams if you're not already in tune.
The Garzas weren't in this match. It could have been a 7-way TLC match, but you add the Garzas, this is the entire tag division right here in front of us. And the Raw division is actually smaller. And maybe they could benefit from actually pairing up some other talent that doesn't have much going on. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller were floating backstage for months before Austin Theory, I believe he's hurt at the moment or something, but before he got off TV, Ludwig could have been paired up with somebody. I think tag teams are a great way to pair up single stars. I'd much rather see Rey Fenix with his brother Penta and bring back the Lucha Brothers, which I think at some point they will. But
it's coming.
Rey Fenix with Andrade, their styles work together, especially when they do their vignettes together, rocking the suits, representing their culture. Another thing I noticed was how the Street Profits towered over other teams. Compared to the rest of the teams, they look like giants. And Street Profits are like maybe 6'2", 6'3", maybe 6'4" guys. So the tag team division of SmackDown is a lot more action-packed. It's essentially cruiserweights going against each other, right? So these matches are all action, fast, quick, like faster than Nathan Frazier, like it's Speedy Gonzalez. Whereas War Raiders are slow and powerful. New Day in the middle, if you will. Judgment Day, those could be considered two cruiserweight types of talents. LWO, same thing, cruiserweight, high energy. They just lose a lot. They got some rehab to do. They got to get out the freezer. But
I'm gonna say, bring the Profits back to Raw.
If they bring the Profits back to Raw, they would have do some swapping of some teams. They still need to have at least 6 solid teams on Raw and 6 solid on SmackDown. I think it's unnecessary for them to have 2 pairs of tag titles. The women don't need it. I don't think the men need it either. And that way these guys can go across shows and just bring the excitement in the form of their match. Ultimately, I don't want them to use the tag titles as a stepping stone for some other singles feud, like Alexa and Charlotte. I don't want Roman to get the tag titles with Jay just to progress a storyline that has nothing to do with them being an official tag team. They don't come out together. They're just 2 solo stars teaming together. I'm not going to go on a tag team rant today. We'll see what they do on Raw with their division. I gave it an A+. Gold, you gave it an A+. Madison, you gave it a B. We're rocking with that.
Right now, you're checking out the SOP.
Hip-hop and wrestling.